was gonna just be like, before we begin, I wanted to share this story that happened before, Rachel and we do this today's episode, which I'm telling you, I'm excited for this one. Like, just excited to see what you'll say, but I'm also excited to see what you'll ask. So it's
Did you
like,
go through the whole thing? Because we made this I guess document, these questions in May, and I haven't touched it since.
I don't remember what we agreed
So
on,
I
but
don't know what's
I'm
in
winging it. So
here.
I'm
Okay.
a wing it
Tell us your
regardless.
story today, Harsha.
But okay, so I was in Oregon, right, on Saturday, and I was like, for people, okay, Oregon just the state, but I was like in Portland, which is like the main city of Oregon, and Will and I are like in this line, just waiting to get donuts. It's from this like really famous place called like Voodoo Donuts, and it's super good. So if you are in Portland, folks, go check it out. But we were waiting in the line to go get these donuts, and it's hot, and so like how there's like sometimes homeless people and they like do shit for money, like performances or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So there are these three people, right? Like we're in this line. There's other people in this line, mind you, people with kids, like yeah, children and adults, all in this line. And so there's these three dudes that are first. There's this black guy. He's just banging these drums. He's there out of the three of them, he seemed, fairly normal. He was, banging his drums, making good money, trying to entertain the crowd. All dude wanted was a donut. Cool. I totally understand that. Then there's this other dude who's like in the middle, and he's just like, I honestly don't know what dude was on, but he was clearly not really present, but he was just coughing and coughing, like he was like trying to beatbox with the dude that was banging the drums, but really he was really like spreading COVID. I'm convinced. Like I don't know what this dude was like coughing so loud for, but he like you're like okay, maybe he's not all there, but dude's still functioning, living his life. Good for you, bro. Then on the like all the way on the right, you see this like old guy who's just playing his guitar, the normalest looking one out of all of them. He just sitting there on the ground with his shirt off, just strumming his guitar. Cool. Next thing I know, this dude takes a fucking aerosol can and snorts the aerosol can in front of like everybody, bro. Like he like hit that shit as hard as I've ever seen anybody hit anything, and he did it like it was the most normal thing to do. Like he put like huffed this aerosol can and then just continued strumming his guitar like he didn't just huff aerosol in front of women and children. I was like, what
He
the
was like, "Yo, give me a second. I need to, I need to."
exactly. I was like, and the thing is like he was the most normal looking one out of the three of them, and he was there huffing aerosol can. But then I realized I was like, Harsha, you forget where you are. This is Oregon. All drugs are legal. So technically, what he was doing wasn't illegal. And so I
All
was
drugs
like,
are legal, or all drugs are
yeah,
illegal?
so all drugs are essentially decriminalized in Oregon. So if you are in possession of small quantities of any drug, regardless of its federal classification, you can technically do it in the state of Oregon without getting arrested or anything like that.
Well, what was the crowd doing? Were they kind of like, "Ah, okay"?
Nobody noticed, bro. Like I swear nobody even reacted. Like me and Will were the only ones that were like, what the fuck did we just see just
Or
now?
did they
Like
notice and they were like, "Ah,
yeah,
this,
just another just another
this
day
is
in
our
Portland.
cheat day," you know?
But I'm just like how like that's the thing. Like it seemed like it was the most normal, just casual thing ever. Like nobody reacted. Like it like dude just huffed his aerosol can and just kept on strumming and people were like totally fine with it. And I'm just there like, what the hell? Like, is this what we consider progressive? Cause
Did you see like what kind of thing
I
he
don't
was
know
doing?
what it was. It was like, but clearly like some sort of paint can or like aerosol can, or it was a can, like very, where you pop the top off and you would
Yeah.
spray that shit on. But dude was huffing it, and like he just didn't like. It wasn't even in his conscience that what he was doing was wrong or weird or like out of the norm. And but technically it's legal, so dude was just living his
He
life.
was
So.
just chilling.
I don't know. It's just crazy because Portland, Oregon is like a very progressive state, but it's like when you go there, bro, it's rough. I don't know how people live there. There's just too many homeless people and it's just really dirty everywhere. And like all the tents are everywhere and they just have their trash everywhere. It's like, okay, I get it. You're not in the best circumstances, but at least keep your surroundings like clean, or semi
In terms of like
hospitable.
the
Yeah, like
city.
in the city, it's just like they're everywhere. And people just out here huffing paint can in the streets, it seems. So progressive.
That's the
But
lifestyle,
it's
I
like
guess. I wouldn't put progressive as a stamp on it. It's just
no, but they
their
are like
lifestyle.
that. Like Oregon is a very like known as a very progressive state, so they have very like progressive stances on issues, um, to make what they
Mhm.
deem to be more open minded or more tolerable. But as a consequence, like because they're so accommodating of people that are going through these situations, like they don't really have the best approach to solving it. So what you end up with is just a ton of people take advantage of the system, but not really. It's like becoming more of a burden to the city than it is like a
Yeah.
benefit, you know? But I'm sure they're gonna figure it out. But it's just, I was just like, damn. But that's my little story. I was like, I cannot believe I saw that. Like, as much as I remember learning about people huffing paint, like I didn't think I'd ever see somebody with my own two eyes huff paint in front of me in entertainment on the way to getting great ass donuts.
Yeah, standing in line to get some
But
donuts.
anywho, how is life in the
Any
Netherlands?
Anyways.
Is it still cold?
Yeah, I feel like we didn't really get a summer. Holland gave us a real bootleg summer. And then 1 week in September it was like hella hot, and then we went back to cold. Now it's like I'm wearing hoodies inside type of shit. Like that's how cold it is.
But you did go to Greece, so living the Europe fantasy life.
That was a little summer vacation.
What? How do you pronounce that place?
Sequintos.
Zakynthos. It looked very
Sequintos.
cute. Very, very cute.
It looked very cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really nice. The sun there is something different though.
Like in a bad way.
Like it's hotter than how it is on Saint Martin.
Damn.
Like that sun beats down on you. I don't know, man. I was there and I was like,
Is there breeze? And you burn like a lobster too, so that definitely not
bitch,
good.
I do not. Relax. I do not.
I think
But no,
hopefully
I went
by
through that.
now your skin is adjusted and your underlying melanin is coming to protect your skin. But you would burn like a lobster. I don't know why you lying. Like,
I burn like a lobster. I may get slightly red, but I wouldn't say it's on the level of lobster.
okay, maybe that's a stark exaggeration, but you get what I mean, people. She get
Yes, it
red
is.
and
Anyways, but yes, so today, moving the fuck on. So today,
we're
we're
gonna
gonna
play
be,
a game. Not the Squid Games, but a game.
gonna be playing some Would You Rathers. Um, and yeah, is there anything you'd like to say, Harsha, before we
I
dive
mean,
in?
I'm really looking forward to this discussion. I just, I'm low key very hype about it. I'm
Okay, well then
excited.
you go first. You go
Okay.
first.
I haven't picked a question though. I told you
Just
I'm
like
not
scroll,
prepared.
scroll, and then like, or you are you on your computer?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, just yeah, scroll and then put your cursor on
Okay,
one.
okay. Hmm. Would you rather go to jail for 4 years for something you didn't do or get away with something horrible you did but always live in fear of being caught?
Ooh, go to jail for 4 years for something I didn't do, or live
Be a
free.
runaway, you know?
Yeah, live free, but live with some big guilt.
But I guess it depends what you did and like what you deem is horrible. Like, did you rob a bank, and like now you're on the run from the feds, or did you stab a bitch and now you like, like you're trying to pull a how to get away with murder type of
Live
situation,
in
you know?
fear of always being caught. Boy, I don't know, man, because going to jail for 4 years for something you didn't do is rough.
Plus, you always have the stigma of having gone to jail, and mofo's finna treat you differently being a
Yeah,
felon.
not just that. 4 years you're in jail, going through some. I mean, okay. Also, where am I going to jail? Because American jail.
This is true. But I mean, there's countries worse than American jail, girl. What are you talking about? Going to jail in like China or one of these Asian countries? I would not wish that upon nobody. Like, hell no. Hell
But
no.
then, like, isn't the jails like in Denmark or something looking like a hostel? Like, there,
Yeah, go to
some of it,
Sweden. You'll be in
yes,
rehabilitation.
Sweden.
It'll be fine. I feel you. That is actually a very good point. Let's say you were just like, yeah, going to American jail, like, or St. Martin jail for 4 years.
No, St. Martin's jail, I feel is corrupt as shit, man. You might even get out in like
You probably
30
catch
minutes.
mold in that bitch. You know they're not taking care of them in there.
I think
Like,
they are. I think it's a little. It's a. I think just St. Martin in general is corrupt, so you don't really know what you're getting when you go to jail. You might end up with an air conditioned room and TV. You don't
this
know.
is true. It is who you know. So,
Yeah, you don't know. You know, you might get out in 30 minutes. You just never know.
but which option you picking? You finna be a runaway, or you're just gonna,
I feel morally bad for saying the runaway one.
hey, I'm not judging you, and we don't care what other people
No, I'm
think.
judging myself because I'm like, but 4 years in jail though for something you didn't do.
But you know. And like honestly, I feel like 4 years in jail, like depending on how you look at it, you could use that time to do a lot of inner work. You could read a ton of books. You could get in shape. Like
Marsha, are you
jail
trying to
could be a
say
good
that?
thing. I'm just saying,
Uh,
like people look at jail as though it's like completely negative,
no, I'm
and
not
like in
saying
many
it's a bad
instances,
thing,
it definitely is. But like
but no matter how many books you read, how many friggin',
you're
you
still in
know,
jail for four
you're
years,
still in jail for
and they
four
own
years for
you.
something you didn't do. And then you get out, and then you're like, y'all put me in here for no
I
reason.
guess it depends on also what are
Nobody,
you falsely accused of. Like, am I falsely accused of like like killing somebody, or is it more of like I'm falsely accused of shoplifting, or
well,
like
look, if it says 4 years, it's obviously nothing. I don't think it's anything in terms of murder because that's
it's definitely
non-murder.
a felony because breaking and entering is at least 5 years,
Yeah, okay, so let's say, somebody said you broke into somebody's house and then you went to jail, but you
hmm.
didn't break into the house.
And you just look like the person, or they just
Yeah,
have
but
it
then
out for
you come
you.
out and you're also like stamped with,
The felon shit, yeah.
yeah, exactly. That's on your record, So let's just do with,
You're running
you
away.
know, yeah,
you're
you
like
know,
you're like I did it. I'm gonna commit the crime, and you're not finna catch me.
yeah, because I mean,
Do you think
the
you're
other
cut
option
out
is,
for a life on the run though, where like you have to
it's
have new
like you said,
passports and
it depends on what you did with
true.
your,
I feel you though. I'm totally going for the life on a run because I'm totally fine being ducked off on an abandoned island with my millions and
To be fair, it didn't say on the run. It said you just live with being caught. With live with the fear
you just
of
have
being
the
caught.
fear, the
Yeah.
paranoia. Well, I feel like paranoia is something. It's a mindset, right? So you could tackle that. Like, you just gotta
Yeah, you can
brainwash
push that really,
yourself.
really down. Yeah.
Yeah, you suppress it. Psychopaths do it all the time. What you mean?
Exactly. Okay, wait, I'm gonna find one. Okay. Master every musical instrument or every type of sport.
I would take musical instrument because you already know me, bro. I'm not athletic, and I don't care to be better than any athlete. But if I could like create music any way that I wanted, I think that would be lit because I get to work with awesome people like Kanye and Travis Scott and goals. Like, come on.
True. Yeah, I think I do every musical instrument
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
I feel
Easy
like
ma peasy.
I mean,
I think music is
mastering
incredible and
every,
you can like move
yeah,
people
exactly.
with music. And so I feel like if you could generate sounds that allow people to feel something deep in their soul, like that is magical.
Yeah, that one was an easy one.
That was an
Okay,
easy
your turn.
one. Okay, let's do some crazy ones. Would you rather have one nipple or two belly buttons?
One nipple or two belly buttons?
That
Is
was
the
the
nipple
first
in the
question I
middle?
saw.
Is the nipple in the middle of your chest, or like
I think it's
you
just
got
like
two boobs,
like
one
say
nipple?
maybe you had, you had to lose a nipple for whatever reason. There was an
Oh,
accident
or grow
Or
another
you were
belly button?
born with 2 belly buttons. Or, like, maybe you were getting plastic surgery and you were like, "Make my tits bigger," but instead they gave you 2 belly buttons. I don't know, like, if that's
Make
even
my tits bigger. Yeah, and then they said, "You know what? Oops, we accidentally gave you another belly button."
we heard 2 belly buttons, not 2 nipples, I'm sorry.
Okay. Two belly buttons.
How do you
No,
explain that? Like,
I don't know. I don't even know if
I
that's
feel like you
possible.
could justify 1 nipple, but you can't
Yeah.
justify 2 belly
Okay, then I think
buttons.
one nipple because then you can like tattoo another nipple on.
This is true too, you could tattoo a fake nipple, but
But
how do
like
you cover
you
a
have
belly button?
you have two holes in your stomach. Like I don't how do you deal with that? You know?
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
say you also have like what is there like a name for that fear when somebody sticks their finger in your belly button?
I don't know. I just
But yeah, that also you have the risk of people just sticking their fingers up in your two belly buttons, you know?
but, I mean, nobody has 2 belly buttons, so I mean, maybe someone out there does. I don't
You
know.
don't know that.
You're right.
Okay, okay. Be alone all your life or surrounded by really annoying people?
Oh, I'd be alone because if I'm surrounded by annoying ass I mean, okay, so this is the struggle because as much as I don't know if humans can really be alone, like psychologically, because I don't know, like you would just go crazy. Like we saw what happened to dude on that abandoned island, you know? He started talking to a football. Like he's not cute. But
Are you talking about Tom Hanks in Castaway?
yeah, I didn't know the name of the movie. It slipped my mind, but you got it.
Okay.
But it's like if I'm around a lot of annoying mofos, Imma just like be like, "Can y'all shut up and get the fuck away from me?" So it's like either way, I
Mm.
feel like Imma end up alone. So
So at least the first one is a choice.
yeah, at least I chose it, you know, and yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd also choose being alone because are you alone in terms of friendships, like relationships, or are you alone in terms of there's no one around?
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, I choose being alone because around annoying people, it's a fat no for me.
Oh, I this one was cool. Would you rather lose all your memories from birth to now or lose your ability to make long-term memories, like new memories?
Ooh.
This one I felt this one was hard because I feel like if you forget your beginning, then you lose your identity and like who you
Yeah,
are, like as a person and like what your morals are or your ethics are. But if you can't make new memories, then you're kind of stuck in this place.
but it sets long term, right?
Yeah, but yeah, it's tough.
But then, so essentially, you're losing your memory because after 2 years, it becomes long term memory, and then
Well, it's like you wouldn't even remember shit. Like, so you might remember my name now, but like, yeah, tomorrow you wouldn't remember me.
yeah. So essentially, forget everything you've known up until now, or get dementia.
Well, it's not that you would forget everything that like it's either you don't remember anything up till now and you or can make memories from now on, or you know everything that you know now, but you can't learn anything new or
Okay.
retain anything new.
Um, I'm leaning more towards like the second one.
So you would rather forget who you are and reinvent yourself and learn again, but
I mean,
not
that's
remember the beginning.
that's a perspective to word it in, but yeah, because I mean, everything around you is growing.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of evolve with that and with that your identity and the way you are and just the person you are has to evolve along with it. If you can't learn any or can't remember anything else, you're kind of forcibly stuck with who you are because all you know is from the past. And I that's kind of depressing. I
Yeah.
mean, it's also kind of sad that you forget everything from before. All the people you know, your mom. I would assume this involves relationships as well.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're wiping it all clean. Like you wouldn't recognize them. You'd be like, "Who is you, mom?
Yeah.
You and my mama?" Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. Oof.
It would be hard, but I think like
For your mom?
even in the reality you pick, you could relearn that's your mom.
That's true.
versus
That's
like
true. And it wouldn't be emotionally, it wouldn't be a thing for you because you don't know who that is, you know? So
yeah,
you don't have that attachment. For
versus
everyone
like
else, though, it fucking sucks.
yeah, instead of like being like, okay, this is all I know, but like I might meet someone and like every time I'm gonna forget who they are and I'll never be able
Yeah.
to like make new connections because I won't be able to retain it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think I would get frustrating after a while.
So then you're choosing the second
You
option?
know, I was conflicted because I thought I could, like, giving all that I know now, I feel like I could survive, you know, for the rest of my life. But then you make a good point on like the learning and like even if you have goals, like that's something you have to plan in the long term. So like, how do you have
Mhm.
goals if you can't have long term memory? Because yeah, I don't know, but your sounded made you convinced me to switch over to your side. I was at first gonna be like, nah, I want to know who I am, but nah, I'm
Mhm.
converted. I'm converted.
Welcome. Alrighty. My turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this one's simple, but I think it could be hard. Be invisible or be able to fly.
Ooh.
Be able to fly.
Yeah,
Easy.
exactly. Just because, like, you could go anywhere. But I'm always tempted with invisibility because I like the idea of being able to fuck with people. Like, I just feel like it would be funny to, like, be able to just take whatever because nobody could see you. Or, like, you
Take
could
whatever. Do
just,
you mean rob, Harsha? Are you talking about theft?
I mean, hey, you're
Because you
invisible. Flex your
said
skills.
like so
You could
your
just
first
walk
take,
into a safe, take all the money, and walk. I mean, I don't know. They probably see the bags levitating and be like, what
yeah.
the
And
hell?
I don't
But in
yeah.
that moment, the panic of the paranormal, I think, would give you enough of a window to get out with your money, you know?
Still, you also don't want to like end up on the news or some shit.
Or you could like be the best assassin ever because nobody could see you. It's just where did that bullet come from? I don't know. There's this gun covering its face, like,
This is just gun floating.
or like you could have like the most hilarious pranks, like you could scare people. But then that's all more for my amusement. I feel like
Yeah,
flying
like
would be better just
I think
because you
5
could
days that
go
gets old. You're
anywhere.
like,
Yeah,
damn,
exactly.
I
Like if I want to go
missed
to
the
Hawaii,
opportunity.
just flap my wings and or hover off the ground. I don't know how we're flying, but
Yeah, right?
Iron Man style I think is a little more convenient than birdie style.
Yeah.
Cause yeah,
Alright, your
I don't think
turn.
I would want to fly if I had like wings strapped to my back. Like that would just be a lot of weight.
How would that work? See you guys there. And
Yeah, just like how do
your
you
wings out. I mean, it would be funny to see because it's like, wait, what the fuck? Where did that come from? But in general, but yeah,
this
your turn.
this one's I feel like is really messed up, but it's like would you rather all plants scream when you cut them or pick your fruit or animals wait, pick their fruit? What the hell? Oh, okay, okay. Let me reread this. Would you rather all plants scream when you cut them or pick their fruit or have animals beg for their lives before they're killed?
Oh my god! All the vegans are like, yeah, which one, bitches?
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is a good question for a vegan because it's like, well,
Oh,
the lettuce
plants.
you're eating, biatch, is screaming when you pluck its leaves like you killer,
Hey, listen,
you.
I'm gonna choose the crying plants.
Can you imagine your strawberries screaming every time you cut like the top?
Oh my god. Oh, this is not from when they're picked from the tree. This is like when you bring them home from the groceries.
Oh, actually, no, that's a fair point. It did say when you cut them or pick them. So, like, if you went to
Yeah,
an
so this is
orchard
like,
and you like plucked an apple,
yeah.
it would be like, mommy, you know, or like,
No, no, please.
be like, no, no, no,
Why
no,
are
no.
you growing up? No, please. No, please.
Not me. I'm not ripe yet. I'm too young.
And yeah, and
Yeah.
then the animals crying, like in general, that's
Begging for
actually
their life. I feel like that would be good for society so mofos could
yes.
see what they were doing when they were killing animals. But, you know, I say that as someone that also eats animals. So it's tough.
So moving on.
Yeah. Like,
um,
we gotta do what we gotta do. Okay.
ooh, this one. Hear your own voice when anyone talks or see your face on everyone? I would say voice.
I feel like how would that even I don't even understand how I would like how would I feel about that? Like I don't even really know how I sound. So it's like to hear other people talk like me, I'm confused. Like but it would be weird to see their face. Like if I looked at you and I was just like, "Oh, that is me. Look at that fine bitch." Like
No, I don't know if I don't want to constantly keep seeing my face.
yeah, I feel you. I wouldn't want to constantly see it either. So I probably have to go with the voice too. Just
Yeah.
cuz yeah, the face would be scary after a
Yeah.
while. I'd be
And I
like,
feel
"What
like
is
after
going on?"
the fourth person you see of your face, you're like, okay, I'm done.
You're like, "I've had enough of me."
I'm done seeing me. Like I'm annoyed. Okay, okay, well then I feel like this one might be a little harder.
Okay.
Never age physically or never age mentally.
Ooh. Ooh. This is hard cuz
And we're assuming like you make this choice and this happens now
yeah.
at your 20 at you
Oh,
being
so like I would
23.
never age from my like okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Mm.
So like with all your like, everything that's up in your head now, keep that but age or don't age.
I'd rather physically age and not mentally age because I feel like your mental capacity, if you were really intelligent, and I assuming if your ability to continually learn and grow is like growing with you, hopefully
Mhm.
you could create something that could harness like when your body decides to fail you, you hopefully have some cyborg robot you can implant your brain into.
I like how
So I'm
you
betting on that. So I'd
I like
rather
how you worded that. When your body decides to fail you. Like, when your body decides to give the fuck up on you.
and you're just like, "Bitch, not today. Why are you conking out? We still got
Keep
shit to
going.
do." Yeah.
So
I'm
you said never age mentally.
mentally because I think like being like when you age mentally, like even if I have my physical body, if my brain is like kaput and I have like dementia or Alzheimer's, like I can't really do anything. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
at the end of the day, I would still be crippled because of my mental instability. But if my brain can stay like nice and in its prime, even when I'm old as hell, like we can still at least, even if my body fails me, I can find other ways to still create and like manifest shit in the world. You know, like look at
true.
Steve Hawkins, like dude's body failed him and he was using that mental agility up until his last day.
True. Okay, fair point. Fair point. I agree. Never age mentally.
Yeah. Would you
Mhm.
rather wake up every morning with a new $100 bill in your pocket and not know where it came from, or wake up every morning with a new $50 in your pocket but know where it came from? Bro, I feel like okay, you answer it because I already know what my answer is.
Wait, wake up wake up every morning with $100 in your pocket and not know where it came from,
Precisely. Or have
and then
50 bucks and
or
you know where it came from.
why does this feel so easy but also so hard? Like, are we assuming that, you just don't know what happened the day before and all of a sudden you have
Oh,
100 bucks in your
you're
like,
saying
or
like
is
you're
it 100%?
hungover or like you
Yeah,
wake
like
up from
you're
being
just
drugged and
asleep.
there's like $100?
Yeah. And you just don't know where you got it. Or, you're lucid and you're getting 50 bucks every day and you kind of know what you're doing for it. So like,
Yeah, I just assume it was like a regular day and I just woke up and I was like, "Oh shit, there's $100 here."
yeah, because if it was just like you're waking up and you know where it's coming from and you not know where it's coming from, then the 100 bucks.
Yeah, for sure. That's where I was going. I was like, "I'll take the money. Like I don't care where it came from." But given the context, yeah, if it was like I couldn't like, it was like I
Every
really
day.
felt like something had happened, and then there was this money that arose, I would be a little
But then with the
suspicious.
50 bucks, you know what you're doing for it. So like,
But it's like, what if it was just not even, it was like $50 you took out of your checking account? That's what happened. That's how you got the $50
Oh shit! And every day you're just taking 50 bucks out.
or it's like, oh, your boyfriend left you $50, or your mom sent you $50. Like it wasn't something like crazy, or
Yeah.
like,
It's
oh, your investments made you $50 and here you go, or
okay, I think I'd like to know then with 50 bucks.
you want to know.
Yeah, because what if you're getting 100 bucks and it turns out that you're taking it out of your checkings, or like you end up owing somebody at the end of the year a
That's a
stupid
fair point. Like they're just like giving you $100
yeah,
and you
you keep
forgot why,
forgetting
and
to
you just
yeah,
owe them.
exactly. Okay,
That
so
is a very good point.
yeah, different ways to look at it. I think the best is to know where it's coming from. Because if it's coming from like people giving you money and you have to owe them back, it's good to know.
Yeah,
Be like, stop giving me money, please. I don't no more. I can't, you know?
yeah. That's a fair point. Now I feel like now I'm switched because now I want to know if I gotta owe it, if I gotta pay it back, then I
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
know where it
exactly.
came from. Yeah,
Or kind of just make sure you're not like taking money from what are they called? A loan shark or something?
yeah. And then they're like,
Showing
pay
up on
up,
your
and then they
doorstep.
break
Yeah.
your bones or
Or sell your kidneys and
something.
shit.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Um,
Or
okay.
put you in some Squid Game.
Or yeah, bring you to Korea and stick you in Squid Game. Would you rather 5% of the population have telepathy or 5% of the population have telekinesis? And you are not part of
What's the difference?
that. Telepathy, I think you can read minds, and telekinesis, you can move things with your mind. And you're not part of either 5%.
Mm. I think it'd be cool if people could move stuff with their mind. I feel like that would be more interesting because I'd rather like people be able to move stuff than read my mind. Like I
Yeah,
don't want you up in my business,
but
you
I'm
know.
assuming they can move you.
That's okay. Like it could be like, wee.
uh,
You know, if it's like,
assuming they're
hey,
not
hun, I
psychopath.
don't want to walk. Can you just move me to the grocery store?
Assuming they're not like psychopaths or something, just like weeing you into the middle of the road.
You're just smacking you into the bridge or like smacking you into
Yeah.
the ground. Like, yeah, no, I'm assuming it was more like playful where it was like, can you just hover me to the toilet real quick? Or like,
Oh my
like,
God. I mean, yeah. But remember,
or
it's
move me
5%
to
of the
Hawaii.
population, so
Just
it's like a random little percent of it.
true. It's my turn, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I got a good one. Would you rather everything you dream come true the next day or everything ah shit. I didn't even read this right. Would you okay. Would you rather everything
Get your
would
shit
you
together.
rather would you rather everything you dream each night come true when you wake up or everything a randomly chosen person dreams each night came true when they woke up?
I feel like neither option is okay.
I
'Cause
know cuz I'm like I don't
the
trust my
shit, yeah,
dreams.
the shit that I dream, like in terms of sequence, they make no sense. There's a lot going on.
But it's like somebody else's dreams could be worse than mine. So it's like you run the
Exactly.
risk. At least I know what I'm dealing with, and I will say in my most of my dreams I live. So I think I'll go with my dream. Like
Yeah. I feel like you might be able to control. But then is the other person's dream that's come into life something that you have to deal with, or it's just a thing that happens?
I feel like it's something you have to deal with. Like you woke up, you went outside, and shit, we're in Jerry's dream today. Like
Yeah. Oh yeah, then my dream.
yeah, because at least I feel like in my dream, like I'm the one that's kind of changing what's going on, so it kind of might make some sense to me. But
Yeah.
if I'm just in someone random, well, for all I know, I'm walking about my day and then it starts raining acid. Like, who knows what is gonna go on? And
True.
rhinos start running down the street. Like, I don't, I have no control over this. Like,
Okay, I see two here that I want. Okay. Live in VR where you are all powerful, or live in the real world and be able to go oh yeah, and be able to go anywhere but not be able to interact with anyone or anything. Let me
you
read
could
that
go
over.
anywhere,
Wait,
but you
no.
can't
Let me
interact.
let me read that
Yeah,
over because
reread
I
it, reread
confused
it.
the shit out of myself.
Some of these questions confusing.
Yeah, live in VR where you are all powerful or live in the real world and be able to go anywhere but not be able to interact with anyone or anything.
So you're just there, like kind of like a ghost.
Yeah. So you can go anywhere, you just can't interact with anything.
Or you live in VR, so like I'm in it
But you can,
24/7,
yeah, and you're
365 days
all
of the year.
powerful. I mean, live in VR.
I know, cuz I'm like we in a matrix now. What's another matrix? Like
Yeah, but
especially if I
it's
can't
also like,
engage with anybody.
but it's also to be in the real world. Okay, cool, yeah. Go anywhere. Oh yeah, nice. Not be able to interact with anyone or anything. What the fuck is the point then?
Yeah, I feel like in like what is the real world is really relative, I think from each
I
person.
think it
So it's
means
like
I think it means in the reality we're living in now, Harsha.
like
I don't
this
think
world.
it's like another world other than VR.
Hey, I'm looking at it from, a different perspective. I'm just saying, some people could define this as their real world, but if I choose to live in the VR world where I'm the all powerful God, like one, I think I would be a merciful God in my all powerful nature. So, like,
Interesting that
I
you
would
have to.
create a beautiful world in the VR space that is better than the shit ass real world where I can talk to anybody, and that will be my new reality.
So we're doing the VR.
Yeah.
Okay, I agree.
This one I feel like is a weird one to ask you, but I'm going to do it cuz I saw it and I was like, cool. So let's see what she'll say. So, would you rather have someone secretly give you LSD on a random day and time once every 6 months, or have everyone in the world all take LSD at the same time once every 5 years?
Wait,
Oh,
wait, wait. Have someone give you.
that's a good question.
Wait,
I'm
wait,
feeling
wait,
this
repeat it, repeat it.
question. Okay. Would you rather have someone secretly give you LSD on a random day and time once every 6 months, or have everybody in the world all take LSD at the same time once every 5 years?
Mm,
Cuz I think this is interesting because it's more of like, do you think like, cuz if you could feel like you would be able to handle that experience, then it could be safer to just have it be you. But I also think the globe could benefit from something radical like that. So, but then at the same time, some people would lose their shit. So, I don't know.
so which one you doing?
I feel like I could really go either way. I feel like if someone randomly gave it to me, I think I'd survive. But I honestly could see the benefit of the world, seeing the world from a different angle. But I also don't think it's right. Like, I would rather me be the one that's drugged because I feel like I would be able to handle that, but I can't necessarily guarantee that for everybody, and I wouldn't want to force that on people. So I think I might have to lean back with I'd rather they drug me, but
So it's either randomly get drugged, which you're choosing.
with but not just any drug, specifically
Okay,
LSD. So
randomly
it's
get
not like
LSD drunk. I mean, drugs,
mhm.
sorry. Or have the world take LSD every
Everybody.
5 years.
Yeah, everybody takes it once every 5 years.
Well, I mean, if it's like that, it's more of like a like
A
an
societal reawakening.
yeah, exactly. It's kind of like
But the
we
thing
have
is
the
like not
Olympics, and
everybody.
then we everyone gets fucked up.
But it's like not imagine people that have mental illness taking LSD. Like I don't know
That's
if
true.
that's a good idea. I don't think like people that are mentally unstable should play with psychedelics just cuz if you're already like uncertain about your reality and your fundamental truths, like having that your world kind of be amplified, it could be rough for some folks. And some people I don't think really want to face those types of fears and thoughts. So,
So yeah, so randomly get. Yeah, I mean maybe that's safer.
do you think you would be okay with randomly getting drugged with LSD every 6 months? Like, you just wake up one day, like, you drink some water and you walk around and you're like, "Holy shit, the trees are talking to me."
Yeah,
But you didn't know why because, like, you were randomly drugged.
every
Would you be
6
okay with
months
that?
too, bro. And like your body's not even.
Like, would you be okay, like, just seeing, like, from that angle, but not knowing why the world was just trippy all of a sudden?
Because it's also like you said, you don't know there's if the whole world is taking it, that's more than you know,
8 billion people, like
exactly
7 to
having,
8 billion
yeah,
people.
having reactions that you don't know, like that may not be good. Some might go on a murder bender or something.
Rampage
Yeah, you
or
can kill
like,
them.
yeah.
You can
Yeah, exactly.
control, you can somewhat control yourself. So yeah, that's a better choice. Randomly time travel, um, plus or minus 20 years every time you fart or teleport to a different place on Earth, every time you sneeze. So every time you fart, you randomly travel plus or minus 20 years, or every time you sneeze, you teleport to a different place on Earth.
I like the sneezing one because I always thought, like, what if you had a sneeze attack? So it was like, achoo, achoo, achoo. So
You're just transporting.
like boom, boom, boom. Like first you're in New York, then you're in India, and then you're like in Indonesia, and then you'd be like, oh shit, not again.
Yeah,
But
but
at least like I feel like,
you'd have to make sure you sneeze just enough times to like get back to where you were.
but it's like you couldn't control where you were placed. But at least if you teleported, you could just book a flight back. You could be like, oh shit, honey, it's gonna take me,
Or just
a couple hours to
try
get
to keep
back, but.
sneezing.
Like, if you kept sneezing, like, you just had a whole sneeze
No, no,
attack, like, you're
no.
allergic to
Like
pollen
you,
and
so like you went outside. Oh shit, I have to sneeze.
yeah.
Sneeze. You're up in India now, and you're like, ah, fuck.
Mm.
Like, what am I doing
But
here?
you could sneeze again and you'd end up in Russia and then sneeze again and you're back in India and sneeze again and then you're in, like, an
It's
African
worth a try
country.
instead of just booking an expensive flight. Might as well see if
But
you can
you don't
sneeze your
know
way back to
where
New
the
York.
sneeze will take you. So how do you know it's gonna take you right back to, like, even the country or the city or the town that you need to be in? Like, either way, you're gonna have to find a way back. Or it'd be funny if you, like, sneeze and you sneeze into your neighbor's house.
Oh my god, imagine that though. Like you're getting into bed and then you sneeze and all of a sudden you're in your
Achoo!
bedroom
In their bed.
at night. Oh my god. I'm sorry,
Or
I'm
like
sorry.
if you sneezed and you ended up like in the safe of a bank, like
Oh
what do you
shit,
do
yeah.
then? It's tough.
So are you choosing to fart your way either
Oh no, no, no.
20
I
years into
I
the
take the
future or
sneeze.
into the
I'm not
past?
farting my way through time because what if I fart myself back? 20 years is my birth, Rachel. Like I can't go back that far. like, and like and then I'm with 3-year-old Harsha. No, I'm good. Like
Yeah,
I'm
sneezing.
good.
Because like how often do you even sneeze?
Exactly. Versus like you fart a lot and to constantly be going back and forth. Like farting happens at least once a day.
Going
You know
back
what I
and
mean?
forth. Ah! Yeah, the
Like
sneezing.
everybody farts, like
No,
it
exactly.
wouldn't it happens too often for that kind of commitment.
Or okay, okay. This one kind of puts it to us. Have to fart loudly every time you have a serious conversation or burp after every kiss.
I'd rather the burp, to be honest,
Ah!
because
Have to fart loudly every time you have a serious how often do you have serious conversations? Or like, okay, what would we
I
define
mean, imagine you have a business deal. Okay, you need to broker this sale. There's 100 million on
and
the line.
you're there bussing ass.
Like this is not what your investors want to hear. Like they don't want to hear that. But if I kiss Will and I burp after, he still gotta love me. So it's like it's all good
I guess the second one might be
and more tolerable because like if you burp, you could just be like, "Oh, hee hee, I'm sorry, I got gas."
or like
Be cute
conceal it.
about it. Yeah, you could just be like,
Yeah,
but it
but
depends. Yeah,
farting
is it like a
loudly.
man belch? Like a like you
Yeah, then okay, well then yeah,
like you
let's make
drank a
it
lot
that.
of coke
Either fart
and
loudly or do like a really loud burp.
I'd still do the burp because, like, if you really love me, we can laugh through that. But I'm not trying to ruin like my ability to ever have a serious conversation. Like, what if you're like trying to tell your kid to behave, and every time you're like, Jack, you need to be serious. It's not gonna
Or
work.
like someone
Like,
telling their kid they're getting divorced and
yeah,
you
exactly.
just
Like,
rip ass. Like yeah,
it's
no.
just
I
not
guess
cute.
yeah,
It's
I
not
guess
working. Yeah.
out of the options, the burping might be the better choice.
Okay. Would you rather all electronic devices mysteriously stop working, possibly forever, or the governments of the world are only run by people going through puberty?
Oh fuck the electronics.
Yeah, me too.
We're
Because
all
I
in it
mean,
together if everything.
I feel
Actually,
like isn't the government already run by kids going through puberty? Like I feel like that's exactly what's
possibly.
happening. Because I feel like when we were going through puberty, I could have run the government on the island better than them peeps.
Yeah, but
But
we're assuming that people's, time through puberty is.
rough and full of acne
No, we're
and
assuming
raging
that it's not that.
hormones,
In this case, we have a bunch of people, sorry, in government who are all going through
whose
different
voices are cracking.
voices cracking,
Imagine having like a
raging
UN
hormones.
press conference and your voice breaks like in the midst of the presentation, like "We in America,"
We're in
you know?
We're in America.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and
think
then
that
it's like, "Look, I have a new chin here."
the electronics, though, I was just
Would be
thinking
rough.
because everything kind of runs electronically.
Everything.
So we
But I
can,
think that could be okay though. I think we could as a society still survive and like if technology were to stop progressing that would suck, but I don't think it would be the end of civilization. It
no,
probably could
no,
be a
but
good thing.
also the initial like stop of all electronics and stuff.
It would be rough. It'd be chaotic, you're right.
Yes, planes coming down,
Yeah, no
factories shutting
power.
down, no power.
Yeah. No internet, no cellular.
Like we'd be screwed for 2 months of just planes.
You think 2 months? I feel like for years we'd be screwed. I feel like
Oh,
the
in
minute
terms of
the grid stopped working, everybody
yeah,
would start looting,
in terms of
because
general
alarms.
chaos, in
Mm.
terms of planes falling out the sky, factory shutting down for 2 months, that would just be absolute.
I mean, COVID is a perfect example.
Yeah,
Like the shutdowns ruined countries' GDP. Like we got supply chain
yeah.
issues.
But in terms of like getting our shit back on track, yes, it would be lots and lots of years.
Yeah, because I mean, like, say for some whatever reason they killed all the engineers and smart people because they were like, science is wrong or whatever, and like now all the technology stopped working. Yeah, I think realistically it'd take a while for people to be able to the people that don't know the knowledge to relearn all that information to
Hmm.
like use all the stuff that we make.
So then, are we going with government officials going through puberty? I think that might
I
be a
feel
bit.
like that ain't worse than what we got now, to be honest. I feel like,
Okay, so then let's just go with that one.
yeah.
Okay, would you rather someone see all the photos in your phone or read all your texts? Photos.
Yeah, photos.
Easy.
I'm just like, no, I'm like, was she hiding? I'm kidding. No, yeah, photos. I just feel like photos, I don't really have anything that I care that much about,
Same.
but you don't need to be up in my
Yeah,
business.
you don't need to
Like,
be reading my texts. Oh, okay. Would you rather feel compelled to high five everyone you meet or wedgie anyone with a green shirt?
I feel like it'd be fine to have to high five everyone, but then I get to a point where I'm just like, can I put my hand down?
Ah,
Or like, I don't want to be that person where they're like, "Oh, here comes Harsha, the high
you
five girl," you
don't
know.
look don't look at
But
her.
it's also like I don't want to be that person where they're like, "I wouldn't wear a green shirt around her. She hates
I
the
mean,
color
okay, then
green."
that's good because then you won't have to wedgie anyone. But with the high fives, whether what they're wearing or not, you're
But it's
still
like
high
if
fiving
you
people.
impulsive, like imagine you can't control it, so you just see a baby wearing a green shirt and you have to impulsively give that baby a wedgie. Like it just like how do you explain that, to their parents? Like, I'm sorry, ma'am. I know I just fucked up your
I
child.
have to high five it.
I have a condition, okay? And you have to be nice to me. I'm
Mm,
fragile.
feel compelled to high five everyone you meet, though. So if you're walking by them, you're not meeting them, so you don't need to high five them. But anyone wearing a green shirt, you wedgie. So I think
Mm.
I'd do the high five one. The wedgie is also very, very invasive.
Aggressive, yeah,
It's, yeah,
and like
invasive,
just
aggressive. You're sticking your hand on somebody's pants and
imagine
taking their
you
underwear
like
off.
wedgied Mike Tyson, you know, like it just wouldn't be a good day for you.
Oh,
Like I
that's
feel like
that too.
like it just wouldn't be good. But if you gave him a high five, he might be like, "Oh, that's a nice person," you know,
You might
like
think you're weird, but it's whatever. High five.
yeah, he'd be like, "Yeah, they got a lot of energy. Good for them."
Yeah, get away from me, but good for you.
Would you rather never be able to use social media sites and apps again or never be able to watch another movie or TV show? I say screw social
Yeah,
media. Give me
social
the
media is
movies.
out. Goodbye.
I didn't need it and I still don't need it. Goodbye. Deuces.
And then she proceeds to scroll through
Go
it
back
later.
on Instagram.
No, but yeah, I
I
agree.
have an addiction. I'm sorry.
Social
We
media
all have
is
to
out.
accept, you know,
Yeah,
I need it. I'm kidding. I don't need it,
social
but I
media is
like it.
booted. Um, would you rather be able to read minds or predict the future?
What is the accuracy of my predicting of the future? Is it like every time I get a vision, I'm like, oh shit, like I know? Or is it like uh that's a Raven situation where it's kind of like maybe it could happen, maybe it may not happen.
I think
I
that's
don't
always
know.
the case with the future. It's all like from the moment you see it,
Oh, what
and then
could happen? Like
yeah,
a
and then
potential future.
exactly. I feel like that's
What
very
kind of can and does it is it random or can I like focus the intention? So it's like if I want to predict the next big stock picking, or is it like I predict what is the next flavor of McDonald's smoothie? I don't know, like or Starbucks flavor, like because one is
um
more useful than the other. Or
I
I just
think
get random prediction. It's just anything. Like I
it's
predict
be able to read minds or predict the future. So I'm thinking this is a power you can wield
wield.
whenever. I don't know, man.
I don't
Predicting
think
the
I wanna read
future?
people's minds because, like, as much as that could be good, it might get to a point where it's like, now I know what you think and I know you're, you know? Like, what if you
It's like,
end up in that situation?
uh,
Um, Whereas, like, if I could predict the future, then at least there's opportunity there, you
yeah,
know? Like,
fair.
we
I
could
mean, in terms of like going into or predicting the future in general, I think that's very like weary territory. But in terms of these options, I would rather predict the future than read minds. I mean,
but why? Like,
it's
why wouldn't you wanna
personal.
read a mind? Is it like you just don't wanna be up in people's
I don't want to
minds
be in
and
other
hear all the
people's
weird
business.
stuff?
That's your. But also, like, what do I gain by reading your mind? Yeah, I might catch a liar here or there, but like in the end, it is what it is. I
This
don't
is
want.
actually I have a question just based off of this question. But would you rather live in a society where they could read your mind or like where it was impossible to lie? Or would you rather live in a world where everybody lied all the time and never got caught?
Well, I feel like
Wait,
if we lived in a society where everyone lied all the time, it's the norm.
which is today, yeah.
I guess, but it's kind of the new normal. So lying is part of what we just do. It's nothing new.
I guess I don't know if this is even but I guess I was just curious, like, would you live in a world where they like where there was no like where you couldn't lie, where it was always the truth, where you had to tell the truth no matter what. Like there was just no option. Like you could never lie. Period. And if you lied, they would know. So you couldn't lie.
You could lie. You just be you. They
Caught.
everyone would just know when you're lying.
Yeah, like everyone would know that you were lying.
Well, then I feel like again that becomes a norm in our society. We're telling
So
the
we would
truth.
just accept telling the truth.
Well, I mean, if that's what we live in, then everyone is following that. Everyone's
Yeah, but my
telling
thing is,
the truth.
would you want to live in that world? Like, would
Um,
you be okay with that? Like having to have to tell the truth all the time.
over lying all the time, yeah.
I think there's a lot of value in honesty, to be honest. Like, and I think a lot of like the issues people face would be like easily dealt with if you had to just tell the truth. So like if you didn't like
Mm,
someone, you couldn't just lie about it. Like you'd have to be like, yeah, I don't like you,
mhm.
versus just like faking it because
Yeah, but there's also
I don't
like
know.
there's some, this is why it's never black and white, because there's some instances
You should lie.
where the little baby lies are necessary.
Like if you're trying to plan a surprise party and they're like, "What are you doing?" and you're like,
Oh,
"Nothing."
that, and also like if someone, is out and you don't like their outfit, or you know,
And they're like, "Well, how do I look?"
or,
And you're like,
or if
"Cute."
clearly likes what they're wearing and they ask like how do I look, and you don't like their outfit, I'm not gonna go, ugh, what the fuck are you wearing, like I can see that you
Tell that they want to be reaffirmed in
no, not
their
necessarily want to be reaffirmed, but that they love how they feel in this outfit, they like how it looks on them. Why am I going to be the one to impose an opinion that's just only
but they asked for your opinion.
I know, but if it's
But
kind of
what
like,
you gave them wasn't your opinion. You gave them what they wanted your opinion. What you thought they wanted your opinion to be, which was, I mean, probably what they did want, but
okay, now we're getting into like
I know the
technicalities, but in
weeds.
in the sense, like, in general, there's just instances where that was just an example, like a very brief example of what I'm trying to say, is that sometimes the little lies are necessary,
Mm,
you know.
yeah. I'm trying to find like another question.
Let me go.
I
Have
know
a
some
flying
stuff.
carpet or a car that drives underwater?
See, this is one of those things because, like, I personally love the ocean. You know this. So I feel like I
Mhm.
would want to be able to go underwater and, like, see are mermaids really real? Go find Ariel for real. Or, like, see what's up in the Mariana Trench and stuff. But if you have a flying carpet, then you don't need to pay for airlines.
Yeah, but true, but like you got to really strap down all your shit on your carpet.
I know. Because yeah, I feel you.
Like
I
Aladdin makes
feel
it look
it's easy
like it
peasy.
just sticks to it doesn't stick to the carpet. So when we're going down to St. Martin and we have 4 or 5
The wind.
suitcases, we gotta fucking strap all that shit down on our flying carpet. But then again, having a car that goes underwater, that's really cool. But something about going very deep underwater in a small confined space and
Scares
knowing that
you.
no, and
You have
knowing that
limited
like
oxygen.
what if a shark just decides to headbutt the
Bang
car?
into you.
Yeah,
Well,
windows.
hopefully the engineers that designed the car thought of this because, like, if we go in underwater, we got to be prepared.
Okay, assuming that they did a very good job at making a underwater car. Yeah, I'm down with the underwater car.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be cool because there's a lot of the ocean we haven't explored for real. And imagine you could just drive up to the Titanic and just, watch Netflix. Why not? That
We're
could be
assuming
cool.
we're assuming internet works all the way down there.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
true. Assuming we could get internet all the way down there.
Yeah. Okay, well then, be able to fly. Would you rather be able to fly or breathe underwater?
Breathe underwater.
Yeah, same.
That just seemed cool. Like, I've always wanted to breathe underwater. I swear when I was a kid, there was one point where I thought I could breathe underwater. Like, I kid you not. There was a moment where I swear, like, I had just discovered some weird little portal where somehow I convinced myself I was breathing underwater. But I don't know if I was or I wasn't. But
Did you end up like snorting a bunch of water?
no, like, it felt like I was, like, really breathing. I don't know how the hell I did it. And I honestly can't really explain if I was even doing it or I was just being a dumb kid. But it felt like I was breathing underwater. Or at least in my head, I was like, "Ooh, I discovered a magical power."
Yeah, I can breathe underwater.
Yeah, but obviously, it's been a while since I flexed that skill. I don't know if I could repeat whatever weird situation that was
Definitely give it a try and make sure I'm around when you do it.
just to save me in case I drown.
Yeah, or if you just end up drinking a lot of water. Would you rather have everything you are thinking to appear above your head for everyone to see, or have everything you do live streamed for anyone to see?
I'm kinda more into the live stream than the thinking. Because I feel like people do that now, and like I kind of see that to be where we're moving. You know, like people be streaming themselves playing video games, and people vlog their life. Like I
Yeah,
feel
but
like to get to a point
this
where
is
you,
everything you do, everything
I
behind
know, I
the
know,
scenes of, so like you waking up, you taking
yeah,
a shit, you showering.
pretty much what vloggers do today. Like I don't see that any differently than what vloggers do today. I think maybe the only thing they don't do is maybe show you when they take a shit, which some vloggers, I mean,
Most likely do, yeah. Yeah, over having everything you think appear above your head, hells yeah.
yeah, because like what if you were thinking about, you know, ass. I don't know, and like an booty cheek just
Just
appeared, like,
an ass or the word ass pops up.
yeah, like, like, or like, what, like, I mean, they're just like, what if you have a weird thought, you know, and you're just like, I don't know, that would just pop up above you. I don't need people to know all the weird things I think about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I definitely don't need it showcased above my head.
Exactly, but we could live stream shit. Like, why not? It is fine. We could totally do that.
Bye bye privacy. I mean, in
I
both
mean, I
ways.
really think that's where we're headed. Like, people
Yeah.
already share way too much. So,
Okay, this one was, I think this one I mentioned to you before and we talked about it. Would you rather be the first person to discover a new planet or be the inventor of a drug that cures a deadly disease?
is there life on this new planet?
Um,
Or it's just like, ooh, I found another rock floating in the orb of space.
yeah.
I feel like I'd rather cure a disease.
Yeah, same. Earth
Cause
has
like,
enough fucking problems. We don't need to just move people to another planet to create the same.
and it's also just like, okay, I find another rock that already existed. Congratulations.
Yeah, but
Like, I
I'm
don't know
assuming
what,
if you were the first person to discover a new planet, the
like,
next move,
ever.
no, the next move would be to like move parts of our society onto that planet.
Well, it depends on that planet. Cause like, if it's not if it's just like, oh, I discovered Pluto. Well, Pluto is no longer a planet, but it's still like a space object. But we can't move there. Like, it wouldn't be
Oh,
beneficial
I
for
was
us to
thinking in
move
that
there.
case, like you discovered a planet that we can
Oh, move to.
like, yeah, create a habitat on. But
That would be dope. But yeah, I don't think
I
that would
don't
be
think
as
so.
beneficial. Like it'd be cool just to be like, "Oh, that's there," but I think it would be more impactful for society if we had a cure to a disease that was
Yeah,
ravaging our people. Yeah.
yeah,
'Cause I
definitely.
agree. I'm not trying to, as much as we can, like, I'm all for us getting to Mars. I'm also like, why though? Like, we have our own issues here, and I would rather we use all of that brain power to try and solve the problems we're dealing with on the planet Earth that we are on,
Yeah,
which is
exactly.
paradise, mind you. Like, Earth is beautiful. Like, I feel like we are the ones that make it nasty and gross with all of our crap, but the Earth is absolutely stunning. Like, why would you want to go anywhere else?
I mean, it's not just that.
We are Earthlings, people, Earthlings.
I feel like instead of worrying about, yeah, like you said, trying to discover everything else outside of our planet, let's try to fix the problems here. I mean, I know they're already kind of past fixing, but we can at least, you know,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know if they're past. I hope they're not past fixing. Okay, we still alive on this planet. We gotta keep it afloat. This one doesn't make sense. Okay, it says, "Would you rather have all drugs be legalized or dueling between consenting adults be legalized?" Oh, so pretty much, would you rather all drugs be legal or allow adults that want to fight each other if they want to? So, like, say, like, a fight breaks out at a bar, if both adults consent to wanna fight each other, they're allowed to do so legally, or all drugs are legal and anybody can do them, no matter what the drug, whether it be huffing paint cans or doing acid.
the fighting.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Because it's like, as much as I don't think we should be, like, punishing people for drug use, I also don't think we should be incentivizing all drug use, you know, like people, like I don't think we should be happy that people are doing meth. Like I like, it's if that's their choice, but as a society I feel like we should want more for our fellow human.
With the fighting, they're both consenting to it. You know, if somebody wants to start a fight with you and you're like, no, I'm not into it, you know, then it's not going to happen. But if you both are like, yeah, I'm down, boom, bam, it's legal, and you both consented to it, so whatever happens is on you. You know,
Mm,
it's up to the
yeah.
individual themselves and what circumstances come from it.
But one could argue, like, even if you let all drugs be legal, like in the case of the dude that was huffing paint, like he consented to huffing paint. You know what I mean? Like it's not
True.
like, like people forced him to huff paint. Like he clearly made that decision for himself. But I feel like that decision does affect the rest of us because like his health affects like our collective health, you know. His mental stability also affects like our civilization. I feel.
In a way.
Yeah. But
Be in jail for 5 years or in a coma for a decade. Jail 5 years.
yeah, I'd take the jail. Because at least then I could still do shit with my time.
Yeah,
If
and
I'm in a coma, then I'm just there in a vegetative state. And I'm assuming if I'm in this vegetative state, I honestly, if you were in a coma, would you want them to keep you alive or would you want them to like just kill you? But they didn't know when you would wake up.
I don't know. I'd say I don't know. It depends on what put me in this.
Say you were like in a car accident and then you're in a coma now and your loved ones like your heart is pumping, your lungs are but it's all machine controlled and they they could kill you or like you could wake up, but they don't know. And yeah, it's up to you. Like if you could make that decision. Like would you rather them keep
I
you
don't know.
alive?
With that scenario with being hit by a car, there's a lot involved. Like, am I paralyzed?
No, assuming like but they don't know any of that because you're in this coma. So they don't know if you're paralyzed or not because they don't know how your brain is going to function when it
I
wakes
mean,
up
it also
again.
depends on payment. Like, how long can they afford? Which is fucked, but it's true.
Save money is not the issue, okay? Money's
Okay.
not the
Okay,
issue.
well then I say I don't know, give me like a year or so. I can be I don't
You're
know.
like, give me some time. Don't just
Give me
quit
some
right off the
time.
bat.
Don't just be like, where's the plug?
Killer, it's done. It's done. You just end it.
You
I do
know?
think a year is a fair. But I feel like in cases of coma patients, like it takes years
Yeah,
usually
exactly.
before like they gain back consciousness. But I feel like I wouldn't want to just be in a coma for 10 years. Like at that point,
No, but
just
it's also like
you're holding on to me when I want you to let
yeah,
go
but
and
it's
move
not just it's
on
also
and
kind of like a waste, you know? For
yeah,
10 years
of
you're in a coma
resources.
of resources exactly and you can also, I guess with your organs and stuff help other people out.
Would you donate your organs upon your death to science?
I feel weird, but yeah, why not?
You see, I feel weird about that because I at one point did like let myself be an organ donor, but then I realized like apparently if you're an organ donor, say you're in an accident, right? And you're an organ donor and they find out, "Oh, she got nice
Yeah, they're gonna
kidneys,
be like,
she got
let's take
a
it easy
nice
on
heart."
helping her out.
Yeah, exactly. They might, maybe not try everything and anything possible to bring you back to life because they know they could salvage your organs and save a whole bunch of other lives. And so for me, I was like, oh, I no no no. Like I wanted to be you try your hardest to save me. And then if you really couldn't save your girl and but then Will made the point of like, do you want people to cut up your body when you're dead? And I was like, you know what? A part of me does just want to return as I came back into the earth that, birthed me.
Yeah.
And I don't really like the idea of being vandalized that way. And
No, me
who knows what kind of little doc cadet student they finna give your body to. And
yeah,
if they
but
start groping your titties when you're dead.
okay, Harsha. Hold up. Hold up. Um,
Hey, these are the things I worry about, okay?
I
Like,
get your point of view, and I agree with it in the sense where it's like I don't know if I want to be like cut up and but that's because
just like
obviously
being
we're
looked at, like, just
I
like
know,
this
but at that
thing.
like obviously right now we're attached to our bodies, and of course we don't want the thought of us being cut up and kind of like you know
You know what you did to the frog in dissection class? That's what they finna do to you.
yeah
Hopefully with better technique.
Okay, bitch. No, but in general, I get your point. I'm also like swinging both sides because I'd like to also not be the thought of me being chopped up and all that shit is. But then at that point, you're gone.
It is true.
And
And it's like I like the idea of helping my fellow man,
and
but
there's
it's
also
rough.
like opportunities that you can save other people's lives, and I think that's in a way very beautiful and very helpful. So yeah.
Yeah, plus I'm gonna be cremated, so it's like,
Oh shit.
well,
Well,
this is a good question. Would you rather be cremated or would you rather be buried?
cremated.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you always wanted to be cremated, or you're just like you're this is your more nouveau
Yeah, I
thought?
think I've always wanted to.
Same.
Cause
I
like,
just don't like the idea of taking up space. Like
yeah,
it seems
exactly.
silly, and it's
I
to
mean,
me, it's like it
it's
creates like a
more for
place to
the
hold.
it's more for the
Go
living.
ahead. Yeah. It is definitely, but for me, it's just like I don't like the idea of having like a monument where my family one feels obligated to have to go there and keep it clean and stuff. And two, it's just like I would rather you let go of your attachment to me and like continue to live your life as you are instead of always holding on to the grief and the sorrow of losing me because I don't want that to hold you back from living your
Yeah,
life, you know?
and I feel like there's something more. I wouldn't say poetic, but like being cremated and having someone kind of spread your ashes in a place or an area where you were most happy or you kind of went
You want to
normal.
spread yours?
Yeah, I don't want you to keep me in an urn on top of a dusty ass shelf.
No, I want to like be what I told like Will was like I wanted to be like put into one of those like plant pods and then you grow into a tree.
Yeah, like that's really nice. Or sprinkle me by a tree or in the ocean or something.
See. But for
Yeah.
me, yeah, I want to definitely have my biomass being converted back into soil or whatever that
Hmm.
can go into new life.
Exactly. Okay. Would you rather have aliens be real and covered up by the government, so like what's happening now, or have no extraterrestrial life at all in the universe?
I'd rather it be the first one. I'd rather it
Yeah.
be a whole conspiracy. I want Area 51 to be legit. I want to know that Dave Lazar was legit. I want to know that they got them aliens. I want to meet the men in black. Tell me it was a whole conspiracy. I am ready. I am so ready. Because I think it'd be much sadder if we were just the only things here, and
Yeah,
that would
to
just
know that
suck.
there's absolutely nothing else out there, that's just
That would suck.
so
That's
sad.
just. I'd just be like, damn. Are we trying to leave our little rock? Like.
Yeah, that would be
Like
so sad.
I'm looking forward to like the intergalactic federation of nations.
Oh my god.
Like I want to have some alien ambassadors come into Earth and there be like this whole, you know, alien intergalactic conference and shit. That would be dope, man. Imagine being able to like travel through space, like that being the norm, you know? Yeah, we're going
Yeah.
to Venus for summer. Like that's
Yeah, but
lit.
if we're being honest, knowing just how society works, they're gonna
It's only gonna be
commodify.
rich people.
Yeah, they're gonna commodify space travel big fucking time. All the lower classes are on Earth, and all the higher classes are on all the other planets.
Definitely. I could totally see that, but I think it depends because I don't know like if all rich people necessarily want to leave Earth. But I could feel it. If Earth got real shitty, then
Listen, you have so many people that have so much money and not know what the fuck to do with it.
I feel you. Why not just
So
build a
they're
villa on
like,
Mars?
space? Yeah, let's go. I have money for days. Okay. Would you rather be forced to live in the same day over and over again for a full year or take 3 years off the end of your life?
This is rough.
Yeah.
Because it's really like lose 1 year or lose 3 years. But the 1 year gonna be miserable.
Yes, very. I feel like after,
I feel like the 1 year gonna take 2 additional years off because of the 1 year. Like the stress of the 1 year gonna take off more than 3 years in the end. So I might just go with the 3 years because I would have died and I wouldn't have known I was gonna live any longer. So
no, you're
oh, I
standing there.
know that I'm
Picture
cutting.
picture this. You walk into a room
and you pick the button, you
Yes,
press
there's two
red or
buttons in
green,
front of you, and this scenario is there.
and I know that I'm choosing to relive the day. And do I get to
Yes.
pick which day, or is it just any
Um,
random day?
I think you get to. I mean, it doesn't really specify. Be forced to live in the same day over and over again.
So what do you think? Can I pick the day or not?
I think you can probably pick the day, but it doesn't
Okay, if I
matter.
could pick the day, then I
Either
might pick a
way.
day that's like that really moves me, like a day I would want to live over. And maybe I'd want to watch myself be born so I could like watch that. But then it's like
You want to
after
watch
how
that for a
many
fucking year, Harsha?
No, 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 no. That's what I was
Jesus.
saying. Like after, the first time I might be like, "Oh, that was cute." And then the second time I might be like, "Okay, this is old."
Wait, why am I still here? No.
Yeah, exactly. like like okay, mom, breathe. Like yeah, we
Yeah,
said yesterday, breathe.
yeah.
Like yeah. But
Okay.
it's like if there was a day that I could really like for example, if you had like a fantastic ooh, I could totally relive a day of us like as like when we were in high school just fucking around and like having fun. Like I could relive that day for a year, I think. No problem.
I don't think there's. I mean, there's no day that I want to relive for a whole year.
So you'd rather just knock the 3 day years off.
That's the thing. I don't know if I want to lose 3 years off of my life.
Cause it's like if I could pick the day and if I could like, okay, this was a really fun day. I had a great breakfast, lunch, dinner, I was feeling good that day. Maybe I accomplished something great that day. I don't
Because
know.
I feel
Honestly,
like,
I might just knock the 3 years.
yeah, because I feel like after, like probably 3 months,
Not even. I feel like
you've
after a week, I'm gonna
you've
be like,
lost
I'm over it.
all will to live.
Yeah.
Oh, but then again, if you relive the same based on what you see in movies and stuff, they still can interact differently, and kind of
In the context of that
yeah,
day, yeah.
yeah, and you might be able to like do stupid shit, die, and but you still wake up the same the next,
That's actually a fun thing. You could experiment, but
Yeah,
it's like if you're forced to relive the same day, I think it's like maybe the context of other people's actions that day are typically the same
yeah, but
except for what
you can
you
kind
do
of
that
like
day.
yeah.
Yeah. That actually opens it up. I might
Hmm,
actually I could do that because then you
yeah,
experiment every day within the same context. That could be fun.
yeah.
That could be fun.
Like, are you living September 13th over and over, or are you living a scenario that happened in September 13th over and over?
Yeah, exactly. And if I'm just living the day, then there's still a lot that could happen in
Yeah,
that
so I
day.
think I might do that. I mean, I'm probably gonna hate myself at the end of this year.
Nah, I think it'd be funny, but I think you would have an appreciation for time moving forward
Yes,
by the end of
definitely,
it.
definitely. And that means you don't age for a year. I don't know,
Wait,
that's not that important, but
did it say you didn't age that
well, you
year?
live the same day over and over every year. So that way.
Yeah, is time technically moving?
Yeah. So are you on September? You're living September 13th over and over and over and over and over for a whole year. So you don't age. Your birthday doesn't come.
Ooh, I have a good question.
Go hit me.
Would you rather be a different race or a different gender?
Mm. And this
I,
is permanent.
ooh, yes, permanently. So you could like switch your race permanently or you could switch your gender permanently to the point where it was like all the way down to your DNA. Okay, not just like a cosmetic change. Like you would be Rachel a boy or like you would be Rachel but in a completely different race. Like you would have no yeah. Like the you as you are, you wouldn't know. Like it would just be like night and day.
Different race.
Really?
I don't want to be another gender. Not in this life.
You would want to be a girl
Not
still.
in this life. I will continue to be a female.
Interesting.
What would you do?
To me, I don't really feel the need to change race. I'm already mixed, so it's like I already have, I get it. I get the race thing, it's cool. But gender could be interesting.
I
It
don't
could be
want
fun to
to.
be a boy, just because I feel like then you don't have to worry. I mean, I don't know. You have different worries, but I feel
Yeah.
like I could pee standing up, and I've always wanted to do that. Like,
Are we
or like pee
remembering
in the
are
woods,
we
you know?
remembering our like previous selves?
Yeah, say you could remember, but you just like you are like this whole new like you are a new person, but you can remember when you
No,
changed.
I don't want to be a male. Not in this life.
It's not that I don't think I want to be a boy, but I could definitely like if I had to pick, I would rather change to be a boy than just change race cuz in different races being a girl definitely has its limitations. It could be fun to be a boy for a little bit.
Yeah, but
Be
it's not
standing
just a
up.
little bit.
I
It's
know,
just
you're right. It's forever. I think it'll be okay just cuz yeah, I feel like the male experience, I feel like I'm speaking out of my ass cuz I'm not a boy and I don't really know what it's like to be a boy, but I feel like it could be I feel like I could do it. Like I don't think
yes,
it'd be
there's
any different
there's a lot
other
more.
than
There's benefits,
yeah,
definitely.
I wouldn't have to give birth, but I could still have a kid
Yeah, you can walk on the street without having to
late
worry
at
about
night.
being kidnapped.
Yeah, see, these are the benefits that I think about, but then also think about like the societal pressure of being a man and like
Yeah,
having to know that if you date a woman, she's gonna look at you to protect her, and she's looking at you, to be there for her and like
I
be
don't
the
think that's
support
necessarily
system. And
a societal pressure now as much. I think now it's still kind of like the whole be a man situation.
yeah, exactly. And like I think that like the burden of be a man, like I feel like
Yeah,
that is a lot that we don't realize that men have to deal with. And like even just the mental health of men, like men don't really get,
yeah, exactly.
like you can't be emotional and like have it be you be taken as seriously. And I think that I don't know how I would feel about that because I am emotional as a girl and I own it. So,
Mhm.
but it would be nice to not have a period and cramps. Like that would be lit.
That would be great actually.
And not have to give birth. That would also be lit. That's like really my only complaints with being a girl is periods, birthing, and having to squat to pee. That's it. I have no other burdens.
I think one of the I mean we don't face that because it's not in our the law isn't in our country now, but like having other people in control of our reproductive rights is kind of a pain in the ass. So
Well, I mean, in St. Martin, abortion's illegal.
yeah, I mean, but like in Holland, and I don't know how it is where you are.
I don't. Yeah, I think in Washington, it's more you have rights over your body. I think is yeah, like in Texas, this is where they changed
Yeah, in
their
Texas, they
outlook.
went and did that shit.
Which is like yeah, I don't. As much as I wouldn't get an abortion, I don't think that I have any right to tell anybody else what to do with their body. Like it's your right,
No, exactly.
and if you don't feel like you're prepared financially, emotionally, physically, like you have this choice, you should have the right to use it if it fits you. Because I don't think we should live in a world where people have to like force themselves to have kids if they really don't feel like they could take care of them.
In general, living in a world where other people have say over other people's bodies is just not okay at all.
True. Like I mean, yeah, people should be able to do whatever they want for sure. Within a given time, not hurting other people, of course. We can't hurt
Yeah.
others. But yeah, go ahead. What's your other question?
Would you rather not be able to go out during the day or not be able to go out at night?
I don't care too much about the night. I feel like if I couldn't go out in the day, it would be rougher than like not being able to go out at night. Like it's okay. At least I'd be going to bed on time and following my circadian rhythm. It's all good.
Yeah, going out in the day also like we need
Business
sunlight.
hours. What if you have to go to the bank? It's just appointments. Like it wouldn't work.
I love that that was one of your reasonings. What if you have to go to the bank?
It's
Like, how
serious.
are you gonna
The
do
bank
that?
is never open at a reasonable time. This is why I don't like the banks. Like they never open. They open after you would already be at work and close like after you get out of work. Like well, before you would get out of work. It just doesn't make any sense.
Mhm.
Like they don't want you to come there.
Oh, okay, I got another one. Would you rather go back to age 5 with everything you know now, or know now everything your future self will learn?
Ooh,
Both I would not want to do, but
really?
if you have to choose. I don't like the fact that I don't like. the idea of knowing stuff in the future.
You just want to take it as it comes.
Yeah, just kind of go with the flow and learn as you go. But like, I feel like once you know things that happen in the future, you kind of fuck with the flow that's happening now.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to know like everything that I'm going to achieve
Yeah.
because I feel like that could one either set limiting beliefs, but I see I'm also the type of person that's like if I found out, okay, Harsha, this is what the future says your life is going to be about, I'd be like, "Okay, cool. So this is what we achieve. What can we do to be better than this?" That's how my brain works. So I'm like, "Oh, so that's where we get at. Oh no, honey, we gonna have to kick this into overdrive." Or I might be like, "Oh, that's lit. Let's just keep the course," you know? Because
Yeah.
if they were like, "Harsha, in the future, you're a billionaire. Why I need to change anything? We said we are Gucci as we will ever be." But if they were like, Harsha, you're gonna die of diabetes, then I might be like, okay, we should probably do something about that. Like
Let's go to the
clearly,
doctor.
yeah, like clearly we shouldn't, you know. But there's the benefit if I could go back with all that I know now as a 5 year old. One, I would be a genius for a 5 year old. Like what the hell, you know? And two, yeah, I think it would just like accelerate my learnings, but then my life would be different because I probably wouldn't have met you all because I would have already known everything that I would have known from meeting you all and would have been like, well, why do we need to go through that? We'll just bypass that,
Yeah. I
thereby
feel like, yeah,
changing everything. So,
with knowing the future, I feel like a common thing that people would do, and probably me myself included, is if you know all that you're going to learn now, you're going to try to navigate, okay, well, if this is all I know now, then I need to kind of situate myself so that's where I get to. And by doing that, you might just mess with that flow because you're trying to reach that, even though what you were doing
but
before
what
got you there.
if what got you there was you
You,
asking
yeah,
how you got
yeah,
there? So
you
there's
know,
a
so
whole
it's
lot of conundrums
exactly.
when
And then
you're toying with time. Yeah.
going back to 5 years old with all the knowledge, redoing all those years,
It would be
no.
tough, but I think, like, if you knew everything you knew now, would you have to repeat all of that? Because as a 5-year-old, if you can do calculus as a 5-year-old, like, you're not going to regular high school.
Harsha, you can do calculus as a 5-year-old.
I mean, you take pre-cal?
Yes, I did. I can't remember shit. I mean, I haven't dived into that stuff. I haven't dived into that stuff in 4 years.
That's
The most,
hilarious.
you go to college and then you do finance. But in terms of like actual pre-calc and geometry and all that
Wait,
shit,
what do
you
they
don't
teach
touch
you in finance? Just, like, sum and subtract I don't know, addition, subtraction?
liabilities, equity, all that
So
jazz.
just looking at how money goes in and comes out?
Yeah, learning about all that jazz.
Fun, fun,
But in
fun.
terms of like I just look at it as a pain in the ass to start over from 5, and you're like,
But
I've
would
learned all
you
this stuff already.
remember, like, would you yeah, I feel you. But that's the thing, that's assuming you have to go back through that same process, like, I feel like
No,
if
but
you
it's the
knew
fact that you
everything
have to do these years over.
mm,
And because you have all the knowledge, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing all of this shit again. Like a ninth birthday again? Like, no.
but maybe you could learn from your previous life's
Going
9th
through
birthday
puberty for the first time
and level
again?
it up. Yeah, I
No.
feel you. I feel you. Going through puberty again.
Fuck no.
Yeah, that would be funny. Okay, I
I mean,
have
it's
a
not to
fun
say,
one.
yeah, go ahead.
Would you rather get $2,000 a month until you die or 500,000 now?
We're assuming you can die tomorrow.
Well, it's like assuming let's not say you're dying tomorrow. Let's say you were gonna live your regular life, right? Your
Then
normal life.
2000,
You get two
2000
thousand
every
dollars
month,
a
you
month
said?
every month until you die, or you
Yeah,
get five
2000 a
hundred
month.
thousand dollars right now
2000 a month.
every month.
Yeah. Let's keep that cash coming in.
I feel you. Getting an extra 2 grand a month definitely wouldn't hurt. But like
Exactly.
I think it's interesting because I feel like I would have gone for the 500,000 now because I would have used the 500,000 now to buy me a bunch of assets to generate me 2,000, like more than $2,000 a month.
Mhm.
So like I could buy a bunch of rental properties, put tenants in there, have them pay the mortgage, and then have them pay me whatever is left over, and then that make more than 2,000, and I still have whatever assets or equity I have in the properties that I own with the 500,000.
Yeah. But I like that the 2,000 is guaranteed every month.
I guess because yeah, you have to go through the work of actually putting that 500,000
Yeah,
into like assets and stuff.
and then, kind of waiting until it yields results. But 2,000 a
You're
month
just like,
for
give me the
free?
money. I don't want to do no work for it. Just
Who?
give me
Me?
the shmoney. Yeah, you're saying you want the money every month. Just give it to you.
Yeah,
No
that's I
strings
mean,
attached.
on top of what I'm doing and making,
Yeah, that's
I'm
lit.
getting 2,000 extra every month that
That is
I
lit.
can be saving.
Exactly. Plus, I mean, over your lifetime, that's a lot too. Like,
Yeah,
that's
and
a
we're
lot.
assuming that we're not gonna die in the next year. So,
Exactly. Assuming you weren't gonna die. Yeah, you were
yeah.
just living every year as you would have any other way.
Exactly, 2,000 a month, baby.
Okay. Would you rather help one person a lot who really needs it or make 100 people's lives a little bit better?
Help one person a lot who really needs it, or help a bunch of people, or
A
is it
bunch
a
of people.
specified
Just
number?
say a bunch of people, but you
And
only
you
help
make
them
it
a
a
little
little
bit.
better.
Yeah, a little bit better.
Damn.
Tough.
The more logical answer would be the bunch of people, even though it's a little bit
How was
better,
that the
because
more logical answer?
you're helping more people
But like, how do you measure the impact of helping them if it's just a little bit?
because you're impacting more people
But like
in
through the
in a
work,
slightly more positive way, as opposed to
hmm,
helping one person.
but you're helping them a lot though. And what
Yeah,
they do also, like, I mean, I don't know, yeah. You're helping them a lot, but yeah, it is just the one person.
yeah. So you can help a lot of people out a little, or you can help one person out a lot.
So it's like you could help coach LeBron to get to the NBA or coach a bunch of regular people and they kind of get eh.
And they get a
But you help more
oh,
people versus
yeah,
you built a
exactly.
LeBron.
Exactly. I don't know, this one's hard. What would you do?
I feel like why you gotta have either or? Like,
Why can't
I'm
you
like,
just
why
collectively
can't I
help
just do
everyone?
both? Like, why can't I help make a LeBron and also give mediocre advice to people? Um,
Because it's would you rather,
I
bitch.
know. I think I don't know. I'm kidding. It's a lot of pressure. Panicking. No. I think I feel like I'm the type of person to help anybody, so I feel like yeah, I'd probably do the more people, but I feel like it's hard because yeah, I think it's probably the more people, but a little bit, but I do that
Yeah,
more often. But I feel like even though I would help people, like I would still maybe help someone, maybe just not as much as like a lot. Like I might help them a decent amount,
yeah,
which is I'm okay with. So yeah, I'm gonna have to
yeah.
agree with you.
Well, then, do you know that I think it's a moral theory or an ethical theory about, like, you're on a train and there's two separate tracks, and
Ooh,
there's five workers on one track and one worker on the other,
who you kill?
and you have to choose which track you're gonna go on and run over.
Yeah, and it
So,
always
are
the
you
and I feel
choosing
like the
five
answer is
people?
always like it's the five. Yeah, who do you kill? One or five?
Mhm.
Yeah, obviously I'm gonna kill the one. Unfortunately, they're gonna have to go.
Did you watch the movie, The Good Place? Or show, sorry, the show.
No,
So they did this, and then the guy was like, "Okay, what if that one person was like a doctor that has saved many lives and can continue to save many lives, or five like."
just mediocre people.
Yeah, exactly.
This is hard because now you're trying to determine like what is their value to society. And like that's
Yeah.
hard to determine because it's like, yeah, maybe they are a good doctor, but maybe they're also a shitty doctor. Like I don't know. And it's hard to yeah, because if you say these average people, but who's to say they may be average now, but they could go on with the inspiration of me saving their life to go on to do great things.
I mean,
I don't know.
in the end, I think the best way to look at it is it's 5 human lives over one human life.
But sometimes I feel like it's not about the numbers though, because it's like you have 5 idiots, right? Versus someone who could actually like do something like significantly good. Like maybe that's the doctor that finds the cure to cancer, but you saved 5 idiots over the person that found the cure to cancer that could have found the cure to cancer. Like, how do you justify that? Because now, yeah, I feel like in that case, I'm gonna have to kill the 5 idiots. But it's like, you don't know that when you're making that decision, which is why it's hard.
Well, that's why. So you're on the train, and they're like, "Which
This
one do
is
you
the
choose?"
report.
And then you choose, and then they're like, "By the way, there are 5 idiots
After
on
you
one
did
track,
it, yeah, after you did
one
it,
doctor." No, not after you did it. Right when you're like about to pull the lever to choose which, they give you the rundown on who you're gonna kill.
could the doctor save the 5 people after I've run over them with a train?
I guarantee no one can do that. So no.
There's other doctors in the world. It's okay. There's other ones. It's fine. Hopefully, even if he was working on the research for cancer, I'm sure he had colleagues, right? And I'm sure they would pick up where he left off. So I'm gonna have faith and I'm gonna just kill the one. Yeah, it's fine. It's not
Yeah,
fine, but
we could make it even more difficult by making it more personal.
like your mom was on one side and then you
Yeah,
have three
I don't wanna do
strangers.
that though. I don't wanna do it. I don't wanna do it.
I'm
Moving
killing
on,
the strangers. I'm sorry. My mommy's staking with me. I'm gonna take
moving
that. I'm
on.
taking it personal. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Mama, I'm gonna save you. I'm not gonna let you. Why would I mean, yeah, it's hard when it's personal. What would you do? You gonna pick? Or what
Tasha,
if like in the
I already
three,
stated.
what if
Huh?
your mom was in the three and you have a doctor? So
My
it's
mom
like
was in
you
the States.
so like your mom is a part of the three regular people, like and she's just like your mom and then two strangers and then a doctor, a neurosurgeon,
In general, this is the same thing, numbers. 3 over 1.
plus it's your mommy.
Yeah, but I'm saying this makes this choice easier because it's 3 over 1. But if my
Mm.
mom was on the other one, I don't even wanna talk about that.
So it's like if it's your mom and then a doctor and two strangers, you're like, oof.
Move! Move! Don't make me do this!
Andrea finna live and the rest of y'all is over.
I told you guys.
You shouldn't know who told you to go lay down on the track in the first place. Yeah. Mm. Okay, would you rather have taken all expense paid dream vacation every year for a month or have the job of your dreams?
Take an all expense paid trip,
Dream vacation
dream
every
vacation.
year for and it lasts a month. So you go on your dream vacation for a month every year or you have the job of your dreams.
I don't really have like a dream job.
Me neither.
Only things I
Like
want
who
to
dreams
do.
about working first of all?
Hey, there's some people who fucking 2 years old and they're like, I want to be a pilot. Not in those words, but plane. And they kind of just know. You have people who wake up or people who just grow and they just know exactly what occupation they want to do.
Must be
And
nice.
I admire that, but it's also like there's so many things that I want to do that I could never just choose one dream job to do.
Exactly. It's like I
So
just
give
want
me
to
the
learn
all expense paid trip to wherever the fuck I want to go
for a month
every year. Sorry guys, can't talk. I'm on my dream vacay that I'm
every
not paying
year.
parking money
Yeah,
for.
exactly. I would take it. I would take that too because I could make my dream job. Okay, because my dream job is me working for myself. So
So trick system. Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
Boy, every year you visit a different country, do a bunch of different activities. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. This is episode what, Harsha?
I don't know. We're finna see when I'm done editing, and
This is episode we finna see when she's done editing. So thank you guys for listening, and hopefully you were would you rathering along with us. And stay tuned for the upcoming podcasts. Good morning, good evening, and good night. Bye.
deuces.
Bye. See you later. Back soon.
You don't gotta go home, but you gotta get out of here.
You gotta get out of this room.
Switch the track. Okay, that's it.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Chatterbox. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to show your support by subscribing to this podcast and leaving us a review. Follow us on Instagram at the.chatterbox for teasers and updates.